Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new second stimulus package and second stimulus check update. Today is Monday, December 7th, and in this video, what we're going to uncover is the latest developments on that $908 billion package that is still yet to be released, as well as another brand new package that is set to be put forth in order to avoid and circumvent a government shutdown. This will be a stopgap measure to keep the government open. But before we even scratch the surface, I absolutely must, I'm so obligated to express and vocalize my deepest appreciation, my deepest sincere gratitude to every single one of you who has subscribed. The last video did extremely well, and we gained just a couple hundred subscribers in just the last 24 hours, not even the full 24 hours. And I recognize you, I acknowledge it. I do not take any one of you for granted. I appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos. Thank you so much. If we can continue at this pace, my channel could very well hit 10,000 subscribers in just the next 60 days or so. And once again, I do not take that for granted. I absolutely acknowledge the fact that a lot of people are struggling during these times, and perhaps they're not making any income, they're not bringing anything in. I know it is a tough time. We are in dire straits, but one of my favorite quotes is from the great Winston Churchill: "If you're going through hell, keep on going." And just want you to keep that in mind. I don't know what position you're in, what are your circumstances. Perhaps you're actually thriving during these times, but just know that there is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel. I had to mention that because I know a lot of YouTubers, specifically some that might actually do stimulus check and stimulus package updates, are not very sincere and they're not very grounded, and they don't really connect with their viewers. They treat their viewers like numbers on the screen, digits, and they don't know that there's an actual human that's behind that camera or behind that computer screen. So just know that I see you and I appreciate you. And some YouTubers have already accused me of stealing. We're not stealing. This is original content. I don't know who has reached out to me in the last 24 hours, but I am not stealing. This is my own original content. We've had a bit of controversy, but it's okay. I continue to bang out content for you guys every single solitary day, and I love you all. So as always, the formality is, if you have been enjoying my content, whether or not you're a fresh face here, you just got on board last week, or maybe you've been an OG fan for 2 years now, no matter what level you're at, I still respect you and I still appreciate you. If you have been enjoying my content, smash the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not already, do consider hitting that big red button, the subscribe button. I post videos now every single solitary day with no exceptions, no excuses. I always make sure to upload a video just for you guys. So if you're not yet, you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's start diving right in and divulging what is going on in regards to stimulus. What is going on with that $908 billion package? In my update yesterday, if you didn't see it, link will be down below. I had explained that very well, it could be very well possible that package would have been unveiled today. Did it happen? And what is this new measure that we're seeing that's going to keep the government open and funded? Well, let's go right in and take a look at what's going on. So what Congress is essentially doing right now is trying to buying time to still negotiate and discuss further stimulus plans to help bolster the healthcare system and the economy as COVID-19 cases are surging and spiraling out of control all over this country. So we have learned that the House of Representatives is planning on voting on a short-term measure to keep the government open through December 18th. And they're going to be voting on this plan on Wednesday. And this is according to Majority Leader Steny Hoyer of the House. He's a Democrat from Maryland. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, he later reiterated this plan. So it does have bipartisan support. Now, although we are so eagerly awaiting stimulus, this government funding plan is also imperative, because just to show you how important it is, if Congress does not pass a government spending plan, funding will run out on Saturday, and this is quite possibly the worst time in history to have a government shutdown. Now, ideally, you would just have a comprehensive, robust package that would include funding for the government and stimulus, but the problem is that creates partisanship and rancor between the two parties, and ultimately you would not get a funding bill passed. So it is so important that we actually separate and create a division between government funding and stimulus. So now when it comes to that $908 billion stimulus bill, bipartisan lawmakers are still putting the finishing final touches to this package, and it will still be released most likely in just the next day or two. We will see what happens, but it is likely to come within the next day or two. So we need this plan to pass, because if Congress does not act before the end of the year, millions of Americans will further be pushed into financial peril, and this plan would ultimately serve as a benchmark, a template for the 2021 plan under a Biden administration. It does not include a second stimulus check, however, it is garnering tremendous support from major Democratic and Republican leaders alike. For example, Senator Bill Cassidy, who is a Republican from Louisiana, who is one of the people of the bipartisan group that crafted this $908 billion bill, he told CNBC on Monday that the state and local government support and business liability from coronavirus-related lawsuits are still the biggest remaining issues in the relief package, but he does believe that the proposal has a better chance of getting through a divided Congress and past President Trump's desk than existing bills already written by one party. He had told CNBC's Squawk Box that he said, quote, "I think in some way this package passes." Even one of the most prominent Democrats in the Democratic Party today, Senator Chuck Schumer from New York, he had called this compromise a stopgap to buoy the country until next year. And he hopes that Washington can pass a, quote, much bigger bill after President-elect Joe Biden does take office on January 20th. He said, quote, "We're at the last minute. We have a bipartisan compromise. It should be the framework for the emergency we have now to deal with things in the next few months." You are absolutely correct in that it does not include a stimulus check. Many people were commenting down below in the comments saying, "Logan, this bill does not include a stimulus check. How could you call it a relief measure when we're not getting a stimulus check?" Well, the fact is, it includes a ton of other provisions, along with a $300 unemployment supplemental boost at the federal level on top of your state benefits, which are also likely to be extended if this bill gets passed. Key unemployment expansion provisions that were put into place earlier this year dry up and expire at the end of this month. And right off the bat, this is going to save 12 million people, because about 12 million people could lose benefits if Congress fails to act. So right off the bat, you help 12 million people right then and there with an expansion and extension of these unemployment benefits. Millions of Americans also face eviction if lawmakers do not sustain a eviction moratorium that is also set to expire at the end of 2020. So this bipartisan proposal would in fact extend those lifelines and these other government programs that are ready to lapse at the end of 2020. It would also put nearly another $300 billion into the PPP, or Paycheck Protection Program, small business loans, and another $160 billion into state and local government aid if Congress can act. No stimulus checks, but they're still in play. In fact, according to Biden, he had said just on Friday, quote, "Stimulus payments, direct payments, may still be in play as part of a relief package under his administration." This proposal could act as that breath of fresh air. It could act as this economic salvation, this helping hand that we've been waiting for and yearning for so long now. And this will, in fact, bolster and strengthen millions and millions of Americans and small businesses in the healthcare industry. It is something that will get us through the end of 2020 and in time for 2021 to finally pass some robust relief. I do believe this is the path we have to go through. Any other negotiations or any other proposals will face great partisanship and will not get passed. We have very little time. This is the route that we have to go. I want to hear all of your thoughts, all of your opinions down below in the comments. Please let me know what you do think. We'll keep the conversation going. If you did enjoy this video, if you got value out of it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Smash the like button for me. I do appreciate it. And as always, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that big red button. Also the notification bell as well. I post videos now every single solitary day. No exceptions, no excuses. I do look forward to seeing you in the next one.